So why should you use the high-range gearbox over the off-road gearbox? High-range gearboxes would increase your gear count and your top speed, and it would let you save some fuel compared to an off-road gearbox. So when you talk about high-range gearboxes in a SnowRunner, most of the people would only consider the fact that you can go really fast, and you know how it is to go fast in a SnowRunner. You have no control over your vehicle. But that's not the only thing about high-range gearboxes in a SnowRunner. You can use a high-range gearbox and put it in high and enjoy the peace that you get from that gearbox. Because you know when you have an off-road gearbox and you are driving over dirt, there is a high chance that you have experienced the fact that your truck keeps shifting up and down. And this could be really annoying and makes you to burn a lot of fuel. So if you want to get rid of that constant shifting, you could use a high-range gearbox on your truck. And I have 3 trucks that I think do a great job with the high-range gearbox. The first truck is the International Loadstar 1700. This is really one of the best scouts in the game, and its off-road capabilities is really good, but it's a bit fuel thirsty for that small fuel tank. Even though it has extra 100 liters of fuel in the bed, still for a scout truck, that's not the best. But using a high-range gearbox would let you to save some good amount of fuel on this truck. And a high-range gearbox works really well on this truck because it has a good powerful engine and it has deflog always on. So you could put it in high gear and enjoy the speed you get from that gearbox when you are driving over dirt. And even for the time that you're driving on tarmac, you can still put it in high gear to maintain your speed and save some good amount of fuel. Okay, the next truck is Voron AE, my go-to truck when I wanna deliver something really fast. This truck has S power to weight ratio, it has deflog always on, and it has a good stability. Therefore, it's a really good truck to use the high-range gearbox for it. And like the Loadstar, this truck kinda has a small fuel tank too, so the high-range gearbox would help you to save some fuel when you're driving this truck. And to see how much fuel you can save using the high-range gearbox, I did a little test. I compared the high-range gearbox to the off-road gearbox. For the high-range gearbox, I put the gear in high and kept it there. But for the off-road gearbox, I kept it in automatic. But because I could maintain my speed with the high-range gearbox, I went to that warehouse and came back not only faster, but I saved some good amount of fuel. So here I did the whole thing in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And I have 214 liters of fuel left. In my run with off-road gearbox, I did the whole thing in 3 minutes and 16 seconds. And I had 203 liters of fuel left. So using the high-range gearbox, I could do this test 26 seconds faster and I could save 11 liters of fuel. Maybe 11 liters of fuel doesn't seem that significant to you, but keep that in mind. It was a really short test, so in longer runs, you could save some good amount of fuel using the high-range gearbox. Alright, the last truck is the Step 39331 Pike. Alright, there is something really cool about this truck when you use the high-range gearbox on it. So normally I said when I use the high-range gearbox, I would always put the gear in high, because in that case I can easily control my truck. But controlling this truck, even when you're in 7th or 8th gear, it's actually not that hard. You get to this perfect speed that you are going fast, but you can control your truck. I really recommend to you guys to use the high-range gearbox on this truck and give it a shot. If you like going fast in this game, you're gonna enjoy driving this truck. Because going fast with this truck is not as horrible and as unmanageable as other trucks. And one tip for slowing down. When you're going fast and you want to slow down, instead of braking, just shift to high gear. It slows down your truck, but you have more control over your truck. So overall, if you use high range gearbox for a step pike, you can use high gear when you're driving over dirt, and you can put it in automatic when you're driving on tarmac. And as I said, even though you're going fast with this truck, it really doesn't feel like other trucks in a SnowRunner. You can go fast and you can still control your truck. But at the end, I have to say that using the high range gearbox or going fast, it really depends on the map that you're playing in and depends on you and the way you play the game. Some people like to take their time and go slow, but some other people like to go fast, so it really depends on you. But since in a SnowRunner, going fast is really not that great because you have no control over your truck, I think adding manual gearbox would help you a lot and makes the high range gearbox really shine. Because for most of the trucks, if you could keep the gear in 5th or the 6th gear, you could enjoy going fast without being worried about losing the control of your truck. That's it for today's video. I'll see you on the next one.